We talked about this a few weeks ago. Kendrick's South Park collaboration. Sure. And it just kind of made me think about all of the other rappers who have kind of ventured into film. And it's really, like, if you really look at it, it's kind of polarizing. It's like some people, kind of dip their toe into acting and into movie acting specifically and fail miserably. And some people dive in head first and do really well. And so I guess my question is, can Kendrick succeed where so many other rappers haven't in some cases? We see Ice Cube as a person who got into movies and has pretty much succeeded everywhere he's went with film. So like the Friday movies, the Are We There Yet series, Barber Shop, all that shit. Will Smith is technically a rapper. So like him getting in the film.
First of all, repeat that the correct way.
Will Smith rapped at one point. So like, I guess he's a rapper.
He just came out with an album. Will Smith is a rapper is what you're trying to say.
He started as a rapper. Let's just call it what it is. It's real.
Will Smith is a rapper.
He is.
Say it.
No. The reason I said started as a rapper is because I feel like now more people would know him as the actor.
I don't give a shit what people know him as. He is a rapper. Period.
The point being that some people really get into this film thing and it works wonders for them. So, yes, I know your feelings about the South Park creators being involved in it. And obviously we have some questions about the plot. But with everything that we know about Kendrick and, obviously his willingness to work on his craft and, typically what seems to be his creative integrity, what will it take if Kendrick decides to take that route? What will it take for Kendrick to be as successful as, because Ice Cube, it's not like Ice Cube has Oscars, you know what I mean?
Money. If whatever this ends up being is successful and he makes a bunch of money, I expect him to repeat that process to try to have another success.
Okay.
That's what'll ultimately dictate it. If it makes a bunch of money and he's successful at it, then he'll try again.
Well, Friday obviously eventually made a shit ton of money. Mm-hmm. And then they made more movies, which also made a shit ton of money. But it's not like Friday was like this immediate box office success.
Right. But see, Friday wasn't the first time we saw Ice Cube in front of the screen, though.
Okay.
And so he had already had roles where maybe he wasn't the lead, but we had saw him grace the screen before.
I would say he was obviously in a role that was pivotal to
which we could say is the same thing for Kendrick, even in the the light amounts that we saw him on screen. But it doesn't seem like he's completely outside of the talent pool, like he's starting from ground zero. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This ain't T Grizzly trying to get in front of the film camera. He's got a little bit of talent. I just think it's going to depend on how well it goes, how well this project goes.
Marte brings up a good point. He says, no, he won't be no actor on camera, but behind the camera, I could see success. So does this whole thing take a pivot if Kendrick does see success behind the camera as opposed to seeing it in front of the camera? Like I don't think we've ever seen a rapper only have success behind the camera. They also had it in front of the camera. So does that play a part in it?
Are we saying just in terms of like making the movies, producing them, or actually directing?
I would say any kind of producing or directing.
Yeah, I could see a producer capacity, you know what I'm saying? Funding film productions or coming up with concepts and that kind of thing. A more overarching approach. I've never seen this man pick up a camera. Dave Free is the director for a reason. I don't think I don't know if he has, that type of talent. But in terms of a producer, yeah, I would love that.
Okay. So, I mean, I don't know. I was just thinking about it. I'm just like, there are some people who actually have had success in that genre. Surprisingly enough, Drake still hasn't really entered the film industry. And I don't understand why.
That's the pivot.
I feel like at this point, Drake should just be like, look, I'm going to be an actor. I'm out.
I mean, I'm surprised that we haven't already gotten more Drake actor appearances.
Agreed.
I'm very surprised.
Agreed.
The greatest actor. Oh, never mind. I
don't know where you about to go with that, but
no, I was just
we're getting a movie with The Weeknd in it before.
True.
I think Drake was in Anchorman 2.
Was he?
For like a very quick second, I think. I'm pretty sure.
God.
That's it. Like that, I don't know him for being in any other role.
In DeGeneres. Y'all talk about the nigga from DeGeneres?
It's crazy. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. Obviously, also, there might be a little bit of added incentive. Thank you, Mo Fly, for obviously Pac was in a lot of movies, so yeah. Maybe that could be another incentive for Kendrick to take this film thing seriously.
Because Pac was in the movies.
Yes. Yep. I mean, if we're talking inspiration, potentially, So I don't know. I was just thinking about that, and I just kind of wanted to see where the discussion would go. It's counterproductive. Same reason Will doesn't really do albums.
Niggas hating on Will Smith.
Oh, I love it.
The Will Smith hate is uncalled for.
The Will Smith hate is hilarious.